Potential energy of an electric dipole in an external electric field. Consider an electric dipole in an external electric field E. The dipole moment is given by P equal to Q into 2A into P cap, small letter P. Where Q is magnitude of each charge, 2A distance between the charges, P cap is unit vector from minus Q to plus Q along the line joining the charges. We know torque on the dipole. Torque on the dipole is tau equal to P cross E vectors, or magnitude of torque is P E sin theta, where theta is angle between the direction of dipole and the direction of electric field. There is no vector symbol. Observe that this is magnitude of torque. Work done by the external torque, tau, let me write EXT. EXT stands for external. Work done by the external torque to rotate the dipole through d theta. dW equal to tau external into d theta. This is similar to work done equal to force into displacement. In the case of rotational motion, it is torque into angular displacement. Therefore, work done to rotate the dipole from theta 1 to theta 2. Work done to rotate the dipole from theta 1 to theta 2 is, so we should find the total work done equal to integration of dW equal to integration of tau external, which is a function of angle external torque. So torque into angular displacement is work done. So integration of small work is total work done. So limits are from theta 1 to theta 2. Actually diagram is not necessary, but with diagram it is easy to understand. If this is the external electric field, uniform means it should be shown by equidistant parallel lines. So this is external electric field E. This is a dipole. This is minus Q plus Q. Dipole moment is from minus Q to plus Q along the line joining the charges, isn't it? Now this angle is theta 1, angle made by the dipole with respect to electric field. Now the dipole is rotated from theta 1 to theta 2. If this is new position of the dipole, then angle made by this dipole with respect to external electric field is theta 2. This is the meaning total work done equal to integration of torque into d theta. D theta is very small angular displacement. What is the work done to rotate the dipole through small angle d theta means it is dW equal to tau into d theta. So what is the total work done to rotate the dipole from this position to this position means it is integration from theta 1 to theta 2. Okay. Work done. P E sin theta d theta integration, limits are from theta 1 to theta 2. P E constant, integration of sin theta is minus cos theta. P E minus cos theta, limits are from theta 1 to theta 2. Take minus sign outside. Minus PE, give upper limit cos theta 2 minus lower limit cos theta 1. So this is the total work done. So this work done is stored in the dipole as potential energy. This work is stored as potential energy of the system. Natural choice of zero potential energy is taken at theta equal to pi by 2. Okay. We will understand that now. Natural choice of zero potential energy is taken at pi by 2. Now let theta 1 be equal to pi by 2 and theta 2 equal to theta. If theta 1 is pi by 2, then cos pi by 2 is 0. If this term is 0, then this theta 2 is replaced by just theta. Potential energy equal to minus P into E minus P into E cos theta because theta 2 is theta minus cos pi by 2. Minus PE cos theta. Left hand side is a scalar quantity, potential energy, but right hand side with two vectors and angle between the vectors along with cos theta means this potential energy can be written as minus P dot E. So dot product of dipole moment and electric field along with negative sign is potential energy. And what is the meaning of theta 1 equal to pi by 2, zero potential energy, and theta 2 equal to theta means if this is external electric field, this is the position of the dipole. Okay, minus q to plus q. So at this position of the dipole, potential energy is taken as 0. Potential energy, we are using the symbol U. Okay, it is just a symbol. So potential energy equal to 0. So from here, is it rotated anti-clockwise or clockwise? That matters. So this is electric field. Students, please note, these diagrams are not necessary for this derivation. Okay. Now, special cases. If theta equal to 0, then cos theta equal to cos 0 equal to 1. This is 1, therefore minus P into E. With negative sign, P into E means this is minimum potential energy. Now, second case, if theta equal to pi by 2, then cos pi by 2 equal to 0. Cos pi by 2 is 0 means this is 0, this is 0. So potential energy is 0. So potential energy is 0 if theta is pi by 2. Third case, if theta is pi, cos pi is minus 1, implies potential energy equal to P into E, minus of minus, minus of minus, plus P into A. Observe, this is minimum, this is maximum, and this is 0. Potential energy is maximum. This is a derivation for 3 marks or for 5 marks. Dielectrics. Dielectrics are insulators. Insulators means free charge carriers, nothing but free electrons are absent. Let us see what happens to a conductor when electric field is applied. Let this be a conductor. Conductor means a metal piece. Let it be in this shape. It can be of any shape, but for time being, let this be a conductor, metal piece. There are conduction electrons, free electrons. That is why they are called conductors, right? So conductivity is because of only electrons. Now to this conductor, an electric field is applied. Let this be the external electric field. If this is the external electric field, then let me represent this by E outside electric field, external electric field. It is a vector quantity. Let this be the direction of external electric field. This is decided by this applied electric field. No issues. We also know that negative charges will experience force against the direction of the electric field. Since there are free electrons, conduction electrons present in the conductor, they will experience force. As a result, more and more electrons will come and settle on this side. If this side acquires more electrons, this side takes negative charge. Naturally, the other side takes positive charge. Let me represent that by plus. If few more electrons can come to this side, means equal and opposite charge is induced. Now, because of the positive and negative charge separation, there is another electric field set up inside the material. The direction of electric field is always from positive to negative. This you know, right? So this external field is because of some external arrangement, but this internal electric field is because of separation of charges. So let me write E IN. IN stands for internal. So this electric field is equal and opposite to the external electric field. What is the meaning of equal and opposite? The resultant electric field inside the material is 0. So electric field O means external plus internal electric field equal to 0. Vector sum of these two equal to 0 means resultant field inside the conductor is 0. This is one of the reasons, or this is the explanation why there is no electric field inside the conductors. Okay. Now let us see what happens if electric field is applied to dielectrics. Let this be a dielectric. Dielectric means insulator, plastic, glass, mica, paper. So we can get many dielectrics. So let this be a glass piece. This is external electric field. Just like previous case, because of some arrangement, we have electric field, we can apply electric field, and this is the external electric field. So let me write E outside electric field, and the direction of this is determined by the external applied electric field. So this is EO. Every atom, every molecule in this material is polarized. Because of that, some charge is found on this side. Equal and opposite charge can be found on the other side. So let this be sigma minus. Sigma stands for surface charge density of electrons, and this is surface charge density due to positive charge. But the magnitude of electric field due to this charge separation is less than the external electric field. So this is E internal. Observe the length. Applied magnitude of applied electric field is more, magnitude of induced electric field is less. So the resultant of E outside plus E inside is not equal to 0. Means some electric field is found inside the material. That is true only in the case of dielectrics. Students, please concentrate. There is no electric field inside the conductor, but there is electric field inside the insulator. So you will understand this separation of charge in the next topic. For time being, you accept that the induced electric field is always less than the applied electric field. I am using the term induced. Induced means because of the external agency, external electric field, this electric field is set up. That is why the term induced is used. Polar molecules. Polar molecules are the molecules with non-zero dipole moment in the absence of external electric field. Okay. What is the meaning of that means? Let me write and complete this statement. Only that much is enough for NCERT syllabus. These are the molecules with non-zero permanent. Non-zero permanent means there should be intrinsic dipole moment. So polar molecules are the molecules with intrinsic dipole moment. Molecule should have the dipole moment. In these molecules, the positive and negative charge centers are separated by some distance even in the absence of external electric field. Example for polar molecules: water. Water, KCl, NaCl, of course HCl, and similar molecules. Now observe what is the meaning of intrinsic dipole moment and what is the meaning of the molecule has positive and negative charge center separated by some distance even in the absence of external electric field. Now let this be water molecule, or simplest case KCl. If it is potassium chloride, then K plus and Cl minus. This is an ion, this is another ion, negative, positive. See, equal and opposite charges separated by small distance means this is a dipole, electric dipole, and this electric dipole has dipole moment which is not zero. It has dipole moment means dipole moment is not zero. Consider water molecule H2O. This is O, oxygen, This is H. This is also H. We know that water is a non-linear molecule. If it is H, it is H plus. This is H plus and this is O minus. This positive charge and this positive charge has this positive center of charge or center of positive charge. This is just like center of mass that you have studied in first PU. Center of mass. Center of mass means if there are two identical masses M and M separated by some distance, then their center of mass is at the center, which is equal to 2m. Center of mass is that point where the entire mass is assumed to be concentrated, isn't it? Similarly, you can call it center of charge, center of positive charge. Plus and plus, this is 2 plus, of course. So this is positive charge center of these two. Since this is oxygen with negative sign, this is center of negative charge. See, there is positive charge, there is negative charge separated by some distance, means water has intrinsic dipole moment, and in the case of water also dipole moment is not equal to 0. We are not applying any electric field. Still the molecule has or the molecules have non-zero dipole moment. Of course, dipole moment of water molecule is different from dipole moment of KCl molecule, but it is non-zero. In that sense, they possess permanent dipole moment, and such molecules are called polar molecules. For polar molecules, statement is required. Along with that, examples. Non-polar molecules. These are the molecules with zero permanent dipole moment or zero intrinsic dipole moment. Due to symmetry of these molecules, positive charge center coincides with negative charge center. Therefore, the dipole moment is 0. Example, N2, O2, H2 and similar molecules, benzene. Now let us see what happens in the case of non-polar molecules. Consider N2, this is N and this is N. In the case of nitrogen, there is electron cloud with nucleus at the center. This electron cloud has negative charge center at the center and nucleus gives positive charge center. See, though it looks clumsy, the diagram looks clumsy, you should understand this. Negative charge center of electron cloud coincides with positive charge center of the nucleus. Therefore, dipole moment in this region is 0. Similarly, dipole moment of this region is 0. Therefore, net dipole moment is also 0. That is the meaning N2 is non-polar molecule, means it has 0 dipole moment. So this can be found in symmetric molecules. If it is H2, yes. O2, yes. Same explanation holds good. Though water is also a symmetric molecule, it has permanent dipole moment, water, H2O. Okay. Now simplest case, hydrogen atom. I am not taking H2, it is H. What is there in H? There is a proton positively charged and an electron revolving around the charge. Since speed of electron is very high, it appears to be a cloud. So we call it electron cloud. So negative charge is imagined to be everywhere. So negative charge center is exactly at the center, and at the center there is a proton. Therefore, there is no separation between negative charge center of electron cloud and positive charge center of nucleus. Therefore, dipole moment equal to 0. Here dipole moment is 0 because 2a equal to 0. Now come back again. Non-polar molecules. These are the molecules with zero permanent dipole moment. Dipole moment is zero. Done. Due to symmetry of these molecules, positive charge center coincides with the negative charge center. Therefore, dipole moment is zero. Done. Induced polarization. Induced polarization means dipole moment is induced by an external electric field. If this is a symmetric molecule, usually symmetric molecules are shown by a circle. In 3D, it's a sphere. Okay. There is no external electric field. So E equal to 0. When electric field is applied like this, then electron cloud in the molecule experiences force against the electric field. Negative charge against the electric field. So electron cloud goes to one side and the other side is naturally equal and opposite charge, plus. Now negative and positive charge centers are separated by some distance. Therefore we can say that this molecule, distorted molecule, has dipole moment. See, dipole moment is induced with the electric field. So this phenomenon is called induced polarization. So polarization, dipole moment is induced with the help of external electric field. Suppose if a molecule already has some dipole moment, polar molecule, minus and plus. To this molecule, if electric field is applied, the dipole moment can further increase. Look at this and this. So dipole moment can be increased or dipole moment can be seen with the applied electric field. So this is called induced polarization. When an electric field is applied to a polar or non-polar, dielectric develops a net dipole moment. This is called polarization. The net dipole moment per unit volume is called polarization. So polarization, capital P, equal to net dipole moment, small p, net, divided by volume. Dipole moment is Coulomb meter, volume is meter cube. Therefore, Coulomb per meter square is the SI unit of polarization. There is another polarization in optics that is different. There we should call it polarization of light. Here, dielectric polarization. Next is linear dielectrics. Linear dielectrics are those dielectrics where the polarization is directly proportional to the applied electric field. So polarization is proportional to applied electric field, or polarization is equal to some constant. This is called chi into E, just like alpha, beta, gamma. One more term, chi. This chi is called electric susceptibility. And what is the meaning of polarization directly proportional to electric field? If this is a material, some dielectric material, this is applied electric field E. If applied electric field is of 2 unit, then polarization of the material is 0.1 unit. Now electric field, strength of electric field is increased to 4 unit. 2 to 4, then polarization will become 0.2. If strength of electric field is increased to 6, then this becomes 0.3. See, polarization of the material is directly proportional to the applied electric field. This is called linear dielectric. And you can guess the non-linear dielectric, right? Non-linear dielectric is not there in your syllabus, but still you can imagine. Electrostatics of conductors. Inside a conductor, electric field is 0. Students, please note, I will explain all the topics under electrostatics of conductors. Make sure that you go through NCERT textbook. Okay. If hard copy is not there, then please download PDF. Then go through this topic, electrostatics of conductors. Electric field inside a conductor is 0. Why we consider this and how can we justify this means, if this is a conductor, this conductor could be charged or neutral, means already charged or neutral. If it is neutral conductor, then electric field is 0. If electric field is not 0, suppose if this is the direction of electric field, then naturally conduction electrons present in this conductor should travel in the opposite direction, because electrons will experience force opposite to the direction of electric field. If you don't consider E equal to 0, and if you assume that there is electric field, then you should be able to explain this flow of charge. Flow of charge is nothing but current. Since no current is found inside the conductor, we should assume that electric field is also 0 inside the conductor. At the surface of a charged conductor, electrostatic field must be normal to the surface at every point. Now, this is a conductor, charged. Using Gauss theorem, we have proved that electric field is always perpendicular to the conductor, like this, E. That is this point. Now, what if the electric field is not perpendicular to the conductor? See, this is not perpendicular drawn at this point. What if electric field is not perpendicular? Okay. Now resolve this electric field into two components. One parallel to the conductor, second perpendicular to the conductor. If this is parallel component, let me write E parallel, and this is E perpendicular. This parallel component will make conduction electrons to experience force in the other direction. So this is the motion of electrons. So there is unnecessary current inside the conductor. Since no current is found inside the conductor, this parallel component should be 0, means everywhere electric field should be perpendicular to the charged conductor. That is the second point. At the surface of a charged conductor, electric field must be normal to the surface at every point. The interior of a conductor can have no excess charge in the electrostatic situation. The interior of a conductor can have no excess charge in the electrostatic situation. Electrostatic means the conductor is not applied to any external electric field, like it is not connected to a battery. Okay, that is the meaning electrostatic situation. If this is a conductor, during electrification, if charge is induced, developed, then that charge will reside on the outer surface. Always. If some charge is found inside the conductor, means Gauss theorem says that, from one of the applications of Gauss theorem says that electric field inside the conductor is 0. if electric field is 0 means net charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface, some imaginary surface, should be 0. Since electric field is 0, charge within this Gaussian surface is 0, means there should not be any charge inside the conductor. So we can prove this, we can justify this statement using the application of Gauss theorem. Electrostatic potential is constant throughout the volume of the conductor and has the same value. Simplest case, a sphere, shell, since we have used this in Gauss theorem, shell, if it is charged, then potential on the surface is 20 volt, means potential inside the conductor is also 20 volt. Y means electric field is equal to minus dV by dx. Gauss theorem has proved that electric field inside the conductor is 0. Electric field inside the shell is 0. Electric field inside the conductor is also 0 from one of these points. If electric field is 0, implies potential should be constant, isn't it? We get differential coefficient equal to 0 only when this potential is constant. That is why V should be constant. So V is constant everywhere means it has same value at every point, and that value is same as that on the surface. That is this point. Electrostatic potential is constant throughout the volume of the conductor and has the same value. Everywhere the value is same. Electric field at the surface of a charged conductor is E equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n cap, where sigma is surface charge density. Consider a charged conductor and let sigma be the surface charge density, and surface charge density is dq by ds, or dq equal to sigma into ds. When dq is used, then we are talking about small area and small charge. ds is small area, dq is small charge. Inside the conductor, electric field is 0. We have proved this. Outside the conductor, the electric field is perpendicular to the surface. We have also proved this point. Let this be a charged surface. I should complete here. For time being, let it be open. The conductor is charged, okay, like this. This is a point outside the conductor. Just like Gauss theorem, application of Gauss theorem, keeping this point as reference, let us consider a Gaussian cylinder. Now I can complete this. Hope you understood. So within this cylinder, there is some charge. Let that charge be dq. And this area, circular area of the cylinder is ds. And area vector ds is perpendicular to the surface. So this is ds. Because of the charge, electric field is also perpendicular to the surface. So this is electric field. So angle between electric field and ds is 0. So theta equal to 0 degree. From Gauss theorem, total flux through this Gaussian cylinder. Total flux through Gaussian cylinder equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the Gaussian cylinder. Equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge within the Gaussian cylinder is dq. So this is dq equal to, but dq is sigma ds. This is equation 1. But electric flux is equal to electric field dotted with area vector. So in this case E dot ds for small area, small flux, E ds cos 0, because angle between electric field and area vector is 0, which is equal to E ds. So this is d phi. This is equation 2. Equation 1, d phi equal to sigma ds. Equation 2, d phi equal to eds. Therefore, from equation 1 and equation 2, E ds equal to sigma ds by epsilon naught. So ds get cancels with ds, implies that electric field is sigma by epsilon naught. Or in vector form, electric field equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n cap. N cap is outward for positive charge, n cap is inward for negative charge. Electrostatic shielding. Let this be a conductor with a cavity. Conductor with a cavity means there is hollow portion inside this conductor. If the conductor is charged, then electric field should be perpendicular to the surface. Electric field should be perpendicular to the surface. That also we have proved. Means there is no electric field inside this cavity. Electric field equal to 0. So if you keep some sensitive material sensitive to electric field inside this cavity, then that material will be free from this external electric field. Means that material, that object will be shielded by this electric field. So that is called electrostatic shielding. Suppose the conductor is neutral. This is a conductor with cavity. This is hollow portion. This is the material. This is uncharged. When electric field is applied to this conductor, here the conductor was charged. Here conductor is neutral, but electric field is applied. When electric field is applied, that electric field is always normal to the surface, like this. Why means this electric field will make electrons to come to one side. So this is where electrons, free electrons are found. Then there is this sigma minus. And on the other side, it should be positively charged. Because of positive charge, electric field is perpendicular. See, we are trying to apply external electric field, and that external electric field is perpendicular to the conductor, and on the other side we can find electric field again perpendicular but outward. Here perpendicular and inward, here perpendicular and outward, and the net charge density inside the cavity is 0. So electric field is also equal to 0. And this is sigma plus positive charge density, and this is negative charge density. If conductor is neutral, electric field is applied, then also electric field inside the cavity is 0. If the conductor is charged, if there is a cavity, then electric field inside the cavity is 0. So this region is free from electric field, means this region is safe for materials which are sensitive to electric field. So this is called electrostatic shielding. And what is the application of electrostatic shielding means? If there are sensitive devices, instruments, materials, then they can be safeguarded by the external electric field or the electric charge when we keep the material inside such cavities. If there is a sensitive data device, data storing device, and that data storing device is completely wrapped in a metal foil, then that data storing device is free from any external electric field, like this. Now, probable questions. Mention an expression for electrostatic potential energy of an electric dipole in an external electric field for 1 mark. Just the expression. At what angle electrostatic potential is minimum, is maximum, is 0? There are 3 cases, right? So each for 1 mark. Derive an expression for potential energy of an electric dipole in an external electric field. This can be for 3 or 4 or 5 marks. What are polar molecules? Give 2 examples. Statement with 1 or 2 examples. 2 marks. What are nonpolar molecules? Give 2 examples. What are polar dielectrics? What are nonpolar dielectrics? Just statements. What is the electric field inside a conductor when it is in an external electric field? Since it is a conductor, electric field should be 0. So this is also for 1 mark. What is dielectric polarization? Statement. What are linear dielectrics? Statement. Linear dielectrics are the dielectrics whose polarization is directly proportional to electric field. Done. What is polarization? Statement. 1 mark. Now it is very easy. If the question is what is polarization, you can easily write. In final exam, if they give what is polarization, you should be careful because this term also appears in wave optics. So there you should check whether it is just polarization or light polarization. Define electric susceptibility. So definition means polarization is equal to susceptibility times electric field. So susceptibility equal to polarization by electric field. So electric susceptibility is the ratio of polarization to the applied electric field, or dielectric susceptibility is the dielectric polarization per unit electric field. This is for 1 mark.